What's going on, Jerome? So, of course, remember the Mike Zimmer days. From 2014 to 2021, he was taking names and kicking asses and all that stuff. And to a degree, like, it was a breath of fresh air. Like, Zimmer was old school, maybe old school to a fault. And so I feel like this is what happens. Every single time there's a coaching change, you just get the different personality. Actually, maybe just like significant other change as well. You just go completely the opposite direction in terms of like personality and fortitude and whatnot because, well, the Vikings had two sort of whatever coaches in a row, Brad Childress, Leslie Frazier. Nice guys, except for Childress. That's a little bit much. But so Leslie, super chill, super composed, never showed any emotion. Zimmer, opposite. So pendulum swing. Of course, Zimmer didn't mind getting after things. So I love, after year 4, when Zimmer and Cousins were boasting, we're watching film together. You idiots. I don't care that you're a defensive-minded head coach. He's a quarterback. You should have been watching film together for years. I mean, Brady and Belichick, do you think they watch film together a time or two? Get out of here. Anyways, but then the Vikings had that pendulum swing to Kevin O'Connell, of course, trying to buck the trend that nice guys finish last. When you run out of gas, or hat model, except not wearing a hat there, obviously. And, can the new age, positive Ted Lasso way work? Even though I understand that Kwesi's Ted in this one, but Kevin O'Connell's a beard without beard. But can positivity win over old schoolness? Now, I want it to work. Like, I really like Kevin O'Connell. I think that he is settling into his own as an offensive play caller. I think that he's a solid leader of men. But we did have a concern that maybe he doesn't have that extra gear in terms of kicking ass when you need to kick ass. Because you can be as positive as you want, and it doesn't have to devolve into a fear-driven organization, trademark to Kendricks. But, from time to time, you got to put boots to ass. Right. And interesting byproduct of the Netflix Receiver documentary, we're covering Justin Jefferson and then 4 other jabronis that no one cares about, is when the Vikings week 2 Monday Night Football against the Eagles, the Vikings were having some issues, right? So they had just lost week 1 against Tampa Bay in a game that they should have won at home against Baker Mayfield and company. And this game, this game was a game of blown opportunities. The Vikings had a 10-point swing right before the half where Jefferson, who owned his mistake, he just took full ownership of it and he was hard on himself, fumbling out of the back of the end zone. The Eagles get a field goal, so a 10-point swing before the half, and then the Eagles looked like they were going to blow things out in the third quarter. The Vikings clawed their way back in, and it was close, but the Vikings lost a turnover battle 4-1. Cousins had a fumble. Powell, I believe, had a muff punt, and then Madison had a really bad fumble. Same thing with Jefferson, right? And you're not going to win when you turn the ball over more than the other team. It just is what it is. Long story longer. So, an interesting byproduct of the Netflix documentary. So, O'Connell is always Mr. Positivity when the cameras are around. Like when he's mic'd up, post-game presser, post-game win, lose, or draw. When the cameras are there, he's very positive, right? But what's interesting is that after this game, closed doors to all cameras, including obviously the Netflix crew, but Jefferson still was mic'd up. Jefferson still had a hot mic from the Netflix crew, and Kevin O'Connell had some words. He said this, quote, "We're 0-2. We've lost by a combined 9 points, and we've lost a turnover battle 7-1. The Vikings turned the ball over 3 times against the Buccaneers, lost by 3 week 1. There's a whole to-do. When we talk about it's all about the ball, it's got to effing mean something to you, everything inside you. That's just holding the organization in your hands and not caring enough. We got the leadership in this room to fix it. We're going to get this right, and we're going to start rolling like a freight train." So, yeah, when the team's literally not hang on to the ball, which is the first and simplest thing, like, definitely deserve to kick some ass there. And I'm glad that O'Connell did that. But, of course, in Kevin O'Connell fashion, you didn't just beat them down to beat them down. Like, you made an out-of-character scene, a little bit of an ass chewing there, but you brought it back up saying that, hey, we have everything that we need to fix this. We have the leadership, and once this gets together, we're going to be rolling. And, that's the frustration about the 2023 season is that, everything everything just seemed like right there, and didn't matter who was at quarterback, didn't matter if JJ was hurt or not. Just like there's so many opportunities, but the Vikings literally just fumbled the game away. And also, ironically, the Chargers game in Week 3, they had so many opportunities. They had Caleb Evans interception that turned into a Josh Palmer touchdown. Hawkinson dropping the game-winning touchdown that ended up in an interception. It was just a season of bounces last year, and despite everything that went wrong, they still went 7-10, which is kind of a major miracle. And frankly, Kevin O'Connell should get a little bit of credit there. But like I said, it is a bit of an experiment. Can the positivity work? But I kind of like that O'Connell does have that extra gear that we didn't really know about because it isn't really out there in the media. So props to Netflix. Props to Justin Jefferson and receiver for giving us this little glimpse of Kevin O'Connell, where it's like, hey, he can throw down when necessary, but also, of course, in Kevin O'Connell fashion, puts a positive spin on it. But it's kind of awesome, not gonna lie. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell chewed out the team after the ugly, fumbled away Philadelphia loss last year. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol. Production value.